My husband sent my nudes to his mistress. My name is Adrina. I live in Manchester, and I'm a 37-year-old mother of 3 beautiful children. I've been married to my husband, Kyle, for 11 years. To most people, we seemed like a perfect couple, laughing in public, smiling for family photos, doing Sunday brunch after church. But no one sees what happens behind closed doors. And no one could have prepared me for what I found that day. It all started like any normal day. Kyle and I were in the bedroom, lounging on the bed, talking and laughing about something silly he saw online. I was in a good mood. It felt like one of those rare mornings where everything was calm, and we could just enjoy each other's company. I need to get ready, I said, stretching as I stood from the bed. I'm going to the mall today. We need groceries, and I want to check out that new dress shop. Kyle was lying on the bed, phone in hand, half listening. All right, babe, he replied without looking up. Take your time. I took off my clothes as I usually did, not thinking anything of it. I was completely naked as I walked to the bathroom. This was my husband, my safe space. He'd seen me in every form, pregnant, sick, crying, laughing, naked. I didn't feel the need to hide. I showered, got dressed, and headed out. Just like that. I had no idea that while I was inside the bathroom, the man I loved was holding up his phone, recording me in my most vulnerable state. Before we continue, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss powerful stories. Your support truly means the world to us. Now back to the story. A few weeks passed. Everything seemed fine. Kyle was behaving normally, maybe even a little more loving than usual. He'd touch my waist more, bring me breakfast in bed on Saturdays, even offered to do the school runs. Until that morning, he was in a rush to get to work and forgot his phone on the dining table. A few minutes after he left, it rang. I almost ignored it, but something told me to check. I picked it up. A woman's name flashed across the screen. Tasha. The call ended before I could decide what to do. Then a WhatsApp message popped up. Babe, I'm waiting at the bus stop. My stomach dropped. Who is she? And why was she calling him babe? I tapped on the message. My heart was pounding. I told myself maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was work-related. Maybe a joke. But what I saw next shattered my world. The chat was filled with love emojis, inside jokes, and intimate messages that no married man should be sending to another woman. I scrolled. My hands were trembling. 8 months worth of conversations. Pictures. Voice notes. Even money transfer receipts. He had been funding her lifestyle while I was budgeting weekly groceries. Then I saw it. A video file. I tapped it. There I was. Naked. Recorded from behind. The angle was unmistakable. It was our bedroom. I remembered that moment. It was the day I went to the shopping mall. I stared at the screen, horrified. Under the video, Kyle had written, I told you I no longer love this woman. I don't even feel anything for her anymore. Look at her body. And right below that, Tasha had responded, OMG, and laughing emoji. You're wicked. I dropped the phone. My chest felt tight. I couldn't breathe. How could he? How could someone I loved, someone I trusted with my life, violate me like that? I sat on the kitchen stool, shaking. I wanted to scream, cry, hit something, but I couldn't move. Looking back now, the signs were always there, but I kept brushing them off. Kyle always said we didn't have enough money. What he really did with his money, I had no idea. I just knew it never reached me, or the kids. Adrina, things are tight. Can't you manage with less? He'd snap when I brought up school supplies or bills. I remember one week, I asked for just 40 pounds for groceries. He sighed like I was asking for the moon. We still have rice and Indomie. Why do you need extra? So I managed. I always did. I cut back, skipped meals, reused the kids' lunch boxes from the year before. Even when the washing machine broke, I hand-washed for 2 weeks until I borrowed money from my sister to fix it. And the little I was making from affiliate marketing, posting products online, chasing commissions, hunger would have crushed me and my kids. I've had days where I pretended not to be hungry, just so the children would have enough to eat. I never knew all that time he was out there, sending money to another woman, spoiling her, funding her fake lashes, expensive wigs, and weekend getaways, while I was rationing diapers and boiling water to bathe the kids. So, when I saw his WhatsApp messages, my hands started to shake all over again. Not just because of the betrayal, but because of the money. So much money. There were receipts, bank transfers, Uber rides, hotel bookings. One transfer was £300 with the caption, For your weekend, baby. Another one? 120 pounds for a new wig. He couldn't give me 40 pounds for food, but he sent a woman 200 pounds for hair? He told me we couldn't afford ballet lessons for our daughter, but he paid for another woman's pedicure? I felt sick. We were struggling, and he was playing sugar daddy. All this time I was stretching meals, saying no to myself so the kids could have more, and he was out there treating her like a queen, while I was breaking inside. That wasn't just cheating. That was theft from our family. I never imagined he was spending our family's money on his mistress. Anytime I asked for money, for food, school fees, or even basic upkeep, he'd snap at me. He was the one who advised me to resign from my job and become a full-time housewife, so I could take care of the kids while he focused on his career. We both agreed we didn't want a nanny raising our children. I gave in, thinking it was the best thing for our family. But even after talking me into that choice, he still couldn't provide for us. I was still in the kitchen pondering when the front door slammed open. Kyle rushed in, looking flustered. "Babe, I forgot my phone." He froze when he saw the look on my face. I didn't say a word. I handed the phone to him. Still open, still on the chat. His face was drained of color. His lips parted as if to speak, but no sound came out. Adrina, I can explain," he finally stuttered. "I don't want to hear it," I whispered. My voice was hollow. No, please listen, babe. That wasn't me. I mean, it was me, but it wasn't like that. It's the devil's work. I didn't mean to send it. The devil took your hands and typed those words? The devil sent my nude video to your mistress? I said, voice rising. He dropped to his knees, tears filling his eyes. "Please. I messed up. I swear it was a mistake. I was confused. I didn't mean to hurt you. You know I love you." I stepped back. "You recorded me without my consent, Kyle. You took my nakedness and shared it like I was nothing. How do you come back from that? Since you want her and you no longer have feelings for me, I will leave with my kids because I can't leave my kids for a strange woman. That's not even possible." He reached for my leg. "Don't leave me. Don't take the kids. I'll change. I'll go for counseling, church, anything." But I couldn't even look at him anymore. That night, I didn't sleep. I lay in bed next to him, turned to the wall, while silent tears soaked my pillow. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the video. I saw his message. I saw that laughing emoji. A part of me still wanted to believe this was all a mistake, that the man I married wasn't capable of this. But the evidence was clear. Over the next few weeks, he begged. He bought flowers, took time off work, even cried in front of the children. But something inside me had broken, something that couldn't be repaired. I moved quietly. I found a small 2-bedroom flat across town and signed the lease. I arranged for the kids' school transfers, packed what I needed, and one morning, while Kyle was out, I left. I didn't tell him. He came home to an empty house. He called me 72 times that day. Sent long text messages filled with apologies, Bible verses, promises. But I didn't respond. One night, he came to the new flat. The children were asleep. I stepped outside and met him on the porch. "Please, Adrina. I've been praying. I'm going to church now. I'll never speak to her again. I was blind, but I see it now. I can't live without you." I stared at him for a long time. His face looked worn. His beard was unkempt. He looked like a man falling apart. "I didn't ask you to live without me," I said calmly. "You made that decision the moment you pressed record to record my nude." He dropped his head. "But the kids, they need their father." "They have their father," I replied. "But they'll grow up with a mother who knows her worth." He looked up, eyes red. "Do you still love me?" That question lingered in the air. I wanted to say yes, but I couldn't lie. "I don't know," I whispered. "But I don't feel safe with you anymore. And that's not love." He left without another word. Now it's been 3 months. The children are adjusting. I'm rebuilding, slowly, painfully. I've started therapy. I sleep better. I smile more. Some days, I even forget what happened, until it hits me all over again. I still get messages from him. Some begging. Some angry. Some filled with regret. But I haven't responded. Not once. Because I know something now. Love without respect is nothing. Marriage without trust is a prison. What he did to me wasn't just betrayal. It was a violation of my body, my privacy, my soul. And no amount of sorry can undo that. If you're reading this and you've ever doubted your worth, let me remind you, you are not what someone did to you. You are not your pain. You are not your shame. You are strong. You are worthy of real love. You are enough. And if you're wondering what I'd say if he came back tomorrow, holding flowers and crying again, I'd say, take your tears to the woman you shared my body with. I am no longer yours. What would you do if this happened to you? Would you forgive or walk away like I did? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear from you. If this story moved you, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to my channel for more real-life stories that need to be heard. Thank you so much for watching. Your support means more than words can say.